Hey guys, Tim Rayburn from Super Secret Bonus Level. Today we're going to start a series called Fixed on Retro. So today what we're going to do is actually repair this PlayStation 3 FAT. The Blu-ray drive in it is not working, it's not reading the disc anymore. So today I'm going to show you how to replace that. Before we get started, one of the things I'd like to say is if your PlayStation is having problems reading disc or it won't read disc at all, whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10 times it's the Blu-ray drive. And that's what we're going to do today because mine won't read disc at all. So you can either go on Amazon or eBay and get a replacement. It don't have to be new. You can get them used as long as it is a working Blu-ray drive. Make sure when you do go to get it, research, know what model number your PlayStation 3 is, and you can also look, you have a serial number down here. Make sure you get the right Blu-ray drive for your PlayStation 3. Alright, let's get started. You flip it on this side. Usually there's a void warranty sticker right here. If it is, all you gotta do is pull that off and you'll see this little rubber cap. Sometimes you can get it out with your fingernail, but if it's in there really good, you can get a pry tool or something like that, which that piece broke off of it, but there it is, it comes off. Once it comes out, now you'll need your torque screwdriver. And you take your screw out. I always like to put my screws in top of my case here or somewhere. Just don't lay them down on the table because they're really small and you can lose them pretty easy. So make sure you put them somewhere safe. Alright, once you have that screw taken out, you just simply press down a little bit and shift it over and the case comes off. Once the case comes off, you're going to have some Phillips head screwdrivers. You got one right here, 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 and here. Just remove those. And sometimes they don't like coming out. That's where your little pliers or whatnot. And just pull them out. And note, when you get to this last screw in the corner, your PlayStation will actually have an S right here, and that's basically indicating that this screw is shorter than the other screws, as you can see. So make sure when you're putting it back together that the short screw goes on the end. Alright, once all those screws are out, just simply lift up on the back of it. You might have to pry it a little bit. Just make sure you be easy with it because it is plastic, so it can break. But just kind of pry up on it. Okay. And then lift up. Okay. Once you have that taken off, you're going to have this little ribbon, and adapter. Just be real easy, and don't just snatch it. Just be real easy and just kind of wiggle it from side to side, and it will come out. Once you have that out, basically what you want to do is you just want to lift up on it. Be real easy because it has a ribbon underneath it. Once you have that lifted, you can get your pry tool. You want to pull up on this little lock lever. Okay, and that ribbon comes out. Now once you have that out, for the time being, just move your PlayStation 3 off to the side. Now, basically what we're going to do is, right before we swap the PlayStation 3 Blue drive, you have to take the Logitech board off and replace it with the one that you got. Now, like I said, we bought this one used just to save a little money. But it's pretty much the same. Alright, now to remove the board, you want to take your pry tool, and you got these ribbons right here. Be real easy with the ribbons, but take your little pry tool and just pull up on the lock mechanism. Once you got those unlocked, just wiggle the ribbons out. Be very careful because you can damage the ribbons, and if you damage the ribbons, that's it. Just simply pull them out. Okay, then you're going to flip it to the side, and you got another ribbon right here. You do the same. Okay, once you have that, you have some small Phillips screwdrivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, once you have all those out, what you're going to do, you want to lift up, pull this back a little bit, and lift up on it. Being very easy because you got one more cable you want to undo. You got this little red and black cable right here. Be very easy with it, and again, just kind of wiggle it and pull, and it comes right out. So we want to replace this. Put the old drive to the side. Put this one right here. Okay, and we're going to replace it with this one. The reason why you want to do this is it's not the actual Logitech board that's actually bad. It's the actual drive inside. The difference is you want to swap it is because of the pin. The pin is going to be a little different, and that's what drives the PlayStation drive. once you have those unscrewed, it's the same process. Just lift up on the lock mechanisms. And your cables will come out. Come to this side. It's the same. Lift up and the ribbons will come out. Then you can just simply lift up and remove. And place that to the side. Now that you got that, you can take your good Logitech board, turn it to the side because you want to attach this back. Very, very small. So be very careful with it and don't put any pressure on the wires. And it can be very tricky to get in because it's so small. Okay. Again, while you're doing this, you need to make sure you're very careful because these ribbons can be easily damaged. Alright, then you want to start replacing the ribbons. You push it in. Once you got it pushed in, you just want to push down on that lock mechanism until it locks down on it. And do the same for all the others. Okay. Make sure they're, just give them a little wiggle, make sure they're in there good. Okay. Once you have that, you can screw it back down. Okay. Once you have that piece back together, now you're going to put this back in the PlayStation. Okay. Again, being very careful with the ribbon. You want to lift up on your lock mechanism. Slide the ribbon in. Once you have it in, just simply push down on the lock mechanism and then simply just lay it flat. Once you got that in, you just put this back in. Okay, it's nice and snug. Just kind of tuck it away. Be easy with the cords because you don't want to damage them. then you simply want to put the case back on. I'm going to start by making sure you put the bottom on, and you just kind of lean it back. And sometimes it can act like it don't want to go back in. But then all you got to do is put your screws in, and everything will sit. While I'm doing this, the other thing I want to mention is I forgot to mention that not only is the ribbon might be different, but also that logic board is married, what they call married, to the actual board in the system. So without replacing the logic board on the Blu-ray drive, it's an extensive workaround that you have to do to get them to communicate with each other. So basically, it's just a lot easier to replace the logic board on it than it is to try to remarry everything. This little metal piece comes out, it basically goes right there, and that's what the torque screw holds on to. So if that comes out, just place it back in there. Alright, what you want to do is don't place it flush, because it's not going to go in. You want to kind of place it almost flush, but not quite flush, because remember, you got to slide it into place. If I can get it to go in. Well, it would help if I turned it around. Then slide it over. Then all you got to do is put your torque screw back in. Once you get it back together, now all you got to do is plug it up and test and see if your new drive works. Okay guys, again, I'm Tim Rayberg with Super Secret Bonus Level, and this has been Fixed on Retro.